What's next? Okay, sometimes this touchy-feely, loving, happy life thing leads you into a position where you are already in the middle of an argument. You know, enlightenment is not the end. Enlightenment is a journey, and I don't like the word awake because awake's become a buzzword, but you're aware. You're aware of the energy, the spiritual energy that's everywhere. And sometimes we fall back. And when we fall back, we don't realize we've fallen back till we're right in the middle of it. And let's just say you're in the middle of an argument. You're in the middle of a drop-down, vicious argument with someone, most likely someone you love, because when we tend to argue with people we don't love or respect, it tends to go, hell with you, and you walk away. But those you really love and respect, those arguments tend to go on for a while. And those are the ones that hurt the most on both sides. And that's where you have to find yourself saying, I have a lot of ground to cover. Because one, my heart is hurting. I'm angry. And they're also angry. And, you know, if you can catch it soon, that's great. But the worst times when you don't catch it and it's gone on for an hour or most of a day. Because sometimes we get focused on our own, you know, human life. And that's when you're going to stop and you have to go to them. And the most important thing is, what's better, being right or being happy? Being loving is kind of like the most important part of being alive. And with that, you have to go to them and let them vent. Because maybe they've hurt you, maybe you've hurt them, maybe both. But with that, you have to be the better person. And this is not a male or female kind of thing. This is not an enlightened, non-enlightened kind of thing. Because you can run into all kinds of people at many different levels. And that's fine. People who are deep set in the matrix, that are, quote, sheep following the path that media tells them to go. But they each have a spark of divinity with them. They each have something to share with you. And you just have to learn to, you know, be part of it and listen. So with that, you have to go back, go to them, and let them vent and not justify your position. Even if you are 100% right, it's not important as much as you being loving and listening to them. Because most times when two people are arguing, they're arguing with something that is not involved with the situation. They're arguing about something that they were offended earlier about, and it just kind of festered. And it just needed a relief valve. So finally you have all these things bunched up. And each of you have all these things bunched up in you. And that's what you're truly arguing about. And you just have to let them listen with compassion. And with that, they're venting, they're going off on you. You're listening compassionately. And as you are listening with compassion, with love, you're healing those injuries that you have taken without having to revamp and revisit those things that caused you to argue with them. Because in the end of things, we tend to hold on things that are ridiculous. It's like when we're angry, we're holding on to hot coals to throw at the person we're angry at. But once we're holding on to whole hot coals, we burn ourselves, and even once we throw it, it's painful and we miss them entirely, because you can't, of course, be accurate when your hand is burning. And they have no idea that you threw a hot coal at them. But your hand is burned. And with that, The only one who is injured when you're angry is yourself. And when you're both angry at each other, you're only hurting yourselves. You're not even affecting each other, because every emotion we have, every feeling we have is personal. Something that we create. It's our perspective. No one can make you angry. People do things that you take on yourself and make yourself angry with. But a lot of this is personal responsibility, and the truth, the best way is to listen with compassion. And I'm not saying let someone hit you, let somebody injure you physically, but I'm saying don't take their negativity upon yourself, because once you pick it up, it's yours. It's now yours. What's next?